And I deserve to be treated like truly with love and kindness and respect. And I'm a feminine essence woman, even though I've explained to you that I have also my personality in the sense of I'm a very driven, hardworking lady. But I also am a feminine essence woman. And I wanted a man to chase me. And I wanted a man to want me. And I wanted a man to court me and show me that I was the most important thing to him. Because that's how men work. We're going to get into this today, ladies. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a good one. Yes. I've explained this to you, and this is kind of like, one of my specialties. I actually am what I would say, I'm a 100% female, and I resonate with the feminine essence. And but I'm going to tell you guys something. I have a way with the men. Yes, I have been studying men since I was a young little girl. I know, I have. I've been fascinated by men. And let me tell you how life works. When I grew up, even though I have an amazing relationship with my father, I adore my father. My father was a very free-spirited man. He was like a gypsy, I would say. Like, he loved the women. He loved to have fun. He was definitely not you're going to have him as your typical father. No. I remember when I was a little girl, and I didn't grow up with my mother and my father. My parents actually divorced when I think I was like 4 years old. And let me just explain my father to you. Can you even imagine this? Here we go. Before we get started today, let me give you a little story. So I remember my parents are from Cuba, and my father's Cuban, and he is a very nice looking man, lots and lots of personality, lots and lots of personality. And so I remember, and I'm not kidding you, my father would come and pick us up. And back then there was no cell phones. No, there's no cell phones. And so my father would come pick us up, and he had, and I don't remember the name of the car, but the car was, those cars back then, the T-tops, they had the tops and they came off. And then, so it wasn't like a full convertible. Okay, so right now, if you guys are here right now, and hi, ladies, please say hello. Say hello. Let me know you're here. I want to make sure, you guys know I can't see, but our support team, your support coaches are here. So we really want you to be able to engage today. Okay. So we want to have interaction with you because we got some fun things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you guys the coolest, I'm telling you, way of dating. That's actually a game changer, but we're going to get into that in a minute, because let me tell you the story. So if you're watching this right now and you're here live with me, show me some love. Say hello. Hi, Shar. I'm here. Anything. Just say hi. We're here. Okay, so here we go. So let me ask you this. So I remember my father would come and pick me up, and I'm not even kidding you. How did I know my father was already there? Because he wasn't going to get out of the car and come knock on the door. My father loved salsa music. That music, you can hear the music, and I am not kidding you. I'm in the house, in my room, with the door closed. And my father will pull up with salsa music blasting like crazy, usually with a different woman in the car, not joking. Usually with a different, really nice lady, but she was in the car. The music blasting. My father himself, he always would wear, like, he's a Cuban man, and he loved the women. So he would literally wear, it was hilarious. Back then, when it was like the thing, it actually came back right now. But the Playboy bunny, he would literally have, you guys, ladies, can you relate to this? He would have the Playboy bunny shirt. He would have the chains, and he would be like, hey, what's up? And I remember, to save my life, I mean, honestly, I've never had like a real serious conversation with my dad, because that's not how he operates. So from a young age, I have been fascinated by men and how they work, and what works and what doesn't work, and why they are the way they are, and why they do the things they do, and how men and women are actually completely, hear me out, actually different species. Yes, did you know that? I know. Do you know men and women are actually different species? Yes, are we all human beings? Yes, but we were put on this planet for different reasons. And honestly, we were put on this planet with different, complete differentness. That's my new word, different. Meaning, think about it. A man was put on this planet to work, provide, and actually, I'm going to get into the story of what really happened from the beginning. Okay. Well, I'll tell you that in a minute. So let me get back to this. So when I said to you that when it comes to men, it's interesting. I've dealt with men in the darkest, bad, dark moments. I've dealt with men in the darkest moments. I've experienced really bad things from men, starting from my childhood. And as you guys came to know my story, as I got older and grew up, and the men that I was attracting, not so nice. So I didn't understand why. Were there nice men out there? Were there good men out there? Because I was seeing a lot of bad men. And even though my father wasn't bad, or like it just, the way that I viewed him was, you know, I viewed him completely different than who he was. I had to learn to just drop my expectations of who I thought my father should be or what he was. But the reality is he is who he is, who he is, who he is. Those were my expectations. I always thought, oh, I wanted your typical father to live in the home with me so I can grow up with him. And, you know, he would take me to school, he would pick me. I thought of that. Like, that's what I thought I wanted. But then through the years, that really, because it was my way that I wanted things to be. But that wasn't the reality. So what I did was I had to learn and accept it for what it was, for I can get peace. And I learned to be different with my father. And now my father and I have the coolest relationship. I have accepted him for who he is, not for what I needed him to be or what I thought I wanted him to be. And then ironically, when it comes to men, and I'm going to talk to you guys about men today, because I think it's very important, because we are talking specifically about feminine essence women really being attracted to a masculine man. And you were at a point in your life, ladies, my single ladies, this is what this challenge is for. You're at a point in your life, you're like, Charlene, I do not want to deal with unavailable men anymore. I don't want to deal with men that play games. I don't want to deal with men that ghost me. I don't want to deal with men that I can't show up who I am. I don't want to deal with men and their bullshit.